we have joining me this morning Engineer Emma Okoro. Of course, he will be representing the DPR, the Department of Petroleum Services, this morning. Glad to have you join us. Just for record purpose, can you introduce yourself properly? I do not have your details here with me, Engineer.
Okay. Good morning, Flow FM.
Thank
Good morning, listeners. My name is Emmanuel Okoro. I'm the Operations Controller, DPR Umuahia. DPR is Department of Petroleum Resources.
We do appreciate you for joining us this morning. I'm sure that you've gone around and you're in charge of regulating these filling stations. And what we are seeing in Umuahia and its environs are not very encouraging as far as fuel prices are concerned. It should be between 162 and 165. So who is suffering Abians, Engineer?
There is, I will tell you something.
Yes.
I know of someone who had a custody battle about his child, the mother of the child. And then the man decided that since he has been paying school fees for the last 3 years, that the child should be allowed to come and stay with him at least for 1 month. And the mother said, no, the child cannot come to you. And then the guy said, well, if he can't come, then I will stop paying school fees. And then in their battle, the child stayed at home for 1 year without going to school. So the child suffered. It's a fallout from, I mean, when there is there is a problem between, there is a legal dispute between the Imo State government and a member of the PTD Nupeng branch in Owerri, and I understand that the case has gone to court and I think it has been appealed. But then the other members of PTD, because the guy is their member, decided to give him a solidarity strike.
PTD is Petroleum Tanker Drivers, right?
Petroleum Tanker Drivers.
Okay, great.
Sorry, yes, right. Petroleum Tanker Drivers. Yes. So the way it works is this. I mean, there's petroleum products right now in Osisioma. I mean, the government has delivered on their part. I mean, the product has been pumped from Port Harcourt. It has been imported, then moved from Port Harcourt to Osisioma. But the last point of sale for the consumer is the filling station. Okay. That's where the product gets to. But the product has to be moved from the depots to
the filling station.
The point of sale to the filling station. And that's where the petroleum tanker drivers come in. Products come in 2 ways. You get products either from the local depot, which is at Osisioma, or products which are brought from other depots across the country through Osisioma, because they have to do what is called bridging. They have to report and then say where they are going to take the product to. So the Osisioma depot is the only functional depot in the east right now for lifting product directly, even though there is a depot also in Enugu that also bridges product. I understand that there are over 2,000 trucks in Asaba that are not able to enter. So what happens is that the only product you have are those ones that we are already in the tanks at the point of sale, which are the filling stations.
Okay.
Because due to the strike, the petroleum tanker drivers are not allowed to take product from the depot to the point of sale, which is the petrol station. So because of that, that leads to a lot of, that what led to the scarcity of the product. And in the period of scarcity, you know that there could be, that will lead to increase in price.
Yes. That
is what has happened so far. But like the example, like the analogy I gave, so the person that is suffering are the masses. The masses who couldn't leave their house, I mean, who couldn't drive their cars, who couldn't power their generators because they do not have, I mean, the price is so high, or in most cases, the stations don't even have the product because they are running out of product. And many stations run out of product, there are no products. And those who have, I mean, you find that the price is higher than what it should be because the pump price has not been increased by the government. So
is it not an exploitation case on the side of the filling stations that have the product and they are selling at as high as 300 and 250 naira per liter when they got it at a subsidized rate from the depot?
Yes, that is not what we expect them to do. We expect them to sell at pump price, which is 165. But if somebody, if they decide not to sell at all, that could be a problem, you know, if they decide not to open at all. So they are not expected to sell beyond the pump price. But like we said, in a period of scarcity, when there is difficulty, when there is the product is not coming in, we don't know if there are other ways that people get products, probably at more exorbitant rates. We don't know, but it is not right. I mean, given the pump price that is 165, they are not expected to sell beyond the pump price. But the other option...
The question now is, what is your organization doing, your agency doing rather, DPR, ensure that these stations that are selling sell at the approved price between 162 and 165? Abians are complaining, residents of the state complaining, commuters are complaining.
Okay, first of all, we want the problem to be resolved. So what we are doing is that we are appealing to PTD Nupeng to find another way to resolve this issue. There is no one straight way to solving a problem. You cannot insist that if this is not done, I will not move this way, because they have brothers, they have sisters who are also suffering. We are also appealing to the other stakeholders, the state governors of the 5 eastern states, the governor of Abia State, Dr. Victor Egbeazu, the governor of Ebonyi State,
David Umahi,
Governor Willie Obiano. We are also appealing to Governor Ugwanyi of
Enugu State.
They should intervene. I mean, they should try to find a way to discuss with the government of Imo State that had issue with the PTD, while also trying to tell PTD to find a way to resolve the issue. Because in the example I gave you, the person who suffered was not the person who was directly involved in the fight. Yes. So I understand that discussions are ongoing, but as we said last night, we understand that they have not fully resolved the issue. But I appeal to PTD that there is no one way of solving a problem. There are so many ways. They can give another timeline. They can say, okay, this is what we expect.
Okay.
And say, okay, between so time and this so time, they can give a leeway so that other discussions can go on and find a way to solve this problem. Where petroleum products get to the point of sale, so that it can become very easy to regulate how it is sold and what is done at the station.
So we can say Abians are suffering in solidarity with Imolites and the PTDF, the issues at the PTDF there in Imo State. PTD rather. Engineer.
Yes, you said they have solidarity with.
I'm saying Abians are suffering in solidarity.
I don't know whether you can say it's in solidarity. I mean, they are a victim of circumstance.
Okay.
What has happened? Yes, they are not happy to suffer with anybody.
Another question. Another big question here this morning, just before I let you go, Engineer Okoro, is the issue of wielding the big stick. And some residents are expecting DPR to be very harsh in a situation like this, to wield the big stick on those filling stations that are selling as high as 250 naira, 300 naira to residents.
Yes, we do surveillance. We go out to see that, and we set a process in place. We have been in talks with the marketers, and we have asked them to sell at the pump price. and we will continue to do that.
Okay.
If we find that, yes, we will continue to do that. We'll continue to appeal to them to sell at the pump price. But where we find that nothing is being done to that extent, to the extent that they will comply, then we'll explore the other measures that we had to apply in order to get them to comply.
All right, Engineer Emma Okoro, I want to really appreciate you. Thank you very much for letting us into what is happening concerning fuel scarcity in Abia State. We do appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.